When you go somewhere on your bike or take your bike to work or class, it's comforting to know that your bike is still there, safe and sound. And in the chance that it does get stolen, to be able to locate it. In this video, not only am I going to show you how to install the AirTag in your bike, but I'm going to show you how to modify your AirTag to make it impossible to locate it. So how does the AirTag work and why do we have to modify it in the first place? Well, the AirTag is a tracking device that works with Bluetooth. Bluetooth, however, only has a range of 33 feet. However, despite this range, you could be halfway around the world and you'd still be able to see its location. The reason for this is because the AirTags communicate with any and all iPhones nearby, using the nearby iPhones with GPS and Wi-Fi to upload its location automatically. And with 55% of all phones in the United States being iPhones, chances are pretty good that there will be one nearby to update the location of your AirTag. This, however, brings us to the reason we have to modify our AirTag. What Apple has done to prevent unwanted tracking is a notification system for people near the AirTag. So, let's say someone steals your bike. If the perpetrator has an iPhone, about 1 hour later, the AirTag will send a notification that looks like this. They can then open the Find My application and play a sound on the AirTag to locate it and remove it. But this is the only option they have available, as remote deactivation is not possible. So it would go to reason that if we just deactivate the speaker, locating the AirTag will no longer be possible. To do that, all we need is a pair of safety glasses and a razor blade. Any razor blade will do. So what we're gonna do is open up the AirTag and remove the speaker. First of all, let's twist the lid and take it off, and we could take the battery out. And behind this lid, we have 3 clips which we need to undo. So in many videos, they recommend you just stick your blade in there and pry it open and break it open. But I'm gonna show you how to do it without breaking it so you can put it back together afterward. To do this, you're gonna know exactly where the clips on the inside are, and there are 3 clips. The first clip is right here between this hole and this gap right here. Right in the center is where that clip is. The next one is in the center of this gap here. And the final clip is in the center here where this hole is. So all we have to do is stick our blade in those 3 locations and gently pry back and forth until that clip comes loose. Once you've loosened 2 clips, you might be tempted to pry this out, but don't do that. Make sure you go in and release all 3 clips with your blade. And if you did this right, you're gonna be able to put this back together afterwards and all your clips are still intact. Now the speaker oftentimes is glued to the lid. Simply get your blade, get it behind there and pry it off. In my case, it stayed in the AirTag here. So I'm gonna have to carefully go in here and remove it without damaging anything. Carefully get that out of there. And that's it. Our AirTag speaker is deactivated. We simply line everything back up and push on the locations where our clips are. And you should hear them clip in. We could add our battery lid, and then we could verify it's still working by pulling out our phone and checking that it comes up. And there we go, our AirTag is completely functional, and if I press to make a sound, there's no sound, which is exactly what we want. Now we need to attach our AirTag to our bike. Some popular off-the-shelf options are under the bottle holder, under the seat, in a reflector, in the head tube, in a bell, and under the front fork. We, however, had the idea to 3D print this carriage which holds the AirTag and fits in the canal of the seat post. We would then use this long metal rod to extract the AirTag when needed to change the battery. This location was perfect, but this doesn't work. The aluminum post acts like a Faraday cage, blocking all incoming and outgoing signals, so inside the frame is not an option. Ultimately, we ended up 3D printing a holder for under the seat. The AirTag fits snugly right in here, and this goes onto the posts under the seat. So I simply take this part and put it behind, and it fits right onto there. And the other part, which has the AirTag, simply goes over this part, and we could screw this in. And with that screwed in, our AirTag is in there and secure. Taking a look at the bike, even when looking directly at it, it's not immediately obvious that that's a tracker. And there we go. With it being the same color as the seat, it's inconspicuous and hard to see. Creating this content takes a lot of time. But one thing that helps to continue to make this content is your support on Patreon. So thank you for making these videos possible.